Welcome to this segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. I'm not going to stay with you that long because I'm not finished getting the information. This is a heavy one. I'm just going to kind of go straight off the dome because I've been downloading this, talking to Wendy Williams the past few days. Wendy Williams, from what I am getting, now this is a reading, AKT Celebrity Reads for entertainment purposes only. I don't know the celebrities I'm speaking about. I'm only telling you from the underworld and from the spirit region, from the spirit realm on the other side, what I am speaking about. Hit my Cash App, make it clap. Somebody please put my Cash App link in there. Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. I have a Nipsey blue candle lit on my Cash App profile pic. Somebody put the link in for me. The more you support me, the more I can continue to heal and get well. And I'm feeling better because I'm making these products that King Nipsey gave me to share with anybody. And they're down in the underworld. Wendy Williams is back and forth in the underworld. Let me tell you, she's on a elevator between here and the other side. The first time I did the reading, the main entity that came was the evil/good entity that's in Greek god and goddess mythology called Argus Panoptis. He has a whole bunch of eyes all over his head, and he was a favorite of one of the Greek goddesses. I think this is from Greek mythology, Argus Panoptis. He's also the one they were talking about, Cthulhu, Argus Panoptis in Lovecraft Country. And there are books on Lovecraft Country and Cthulhu. He came in here with the first reading on Wendy Williams a month before they assassinated Nipsey, which also confirmed what I said in the Wendy Williams reading and replaced them with beautiful men that are closet homosexuals and bisexuals. He brought another very powerful demonic entity that rules this world, and the rulers of the world, people dealing with banking and finance and religion and the Vatican, as well as the Vatican ruling the world through Rome with what they stole from Egypt and the Queen of England. That's one reason now why Charles is dealing with cancer. And the mother is still sitting on the throne. That is the supreme queen dragon, the most powerful and richest woman in the world is the Queen of England, Elizabeth, that just physically slithered up out of her body with her lizard shape-shifting ass. That's what they do. They are not. They say that they are the descendants of Egypt. The origin of Egypt is African. Egypt is in Africa. They are the descendants of Germans, racist Germans. They are not the descendants, the original inhabitants and the creators of Egypt and the pyramids. Those are extraterrestrial, high being, melanin being, blue blacks that also shapeshift into ETs and that are walking among us now, waking us up and embodying a lot of us and resurrecting us from the crucifixion and the Rosicrucian Black Pope that rules the Vatican. The Pope says that he's God. But when you're dealing with the Holy Trinity, you will go back to Asa, Aset, Haru. The Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Trinity is the way you rule from Egypt, dealing with balance, Father, Mother, Son. They create offshoots of that story, and that story of mythology and the Christ and the crucifixion and the resurrection is in every culture, all the cultures of color, African, Native American. The Pope says that he is God, or he speaks for God. He's embodying God on the throne in Rome, which is the Grand Wizard. There's no way you can embody God and remove Ma'at and remove Isis, which is the mother. You cannot have a Father and a Son and a Holy Spirit. What is the Holy Spirit? A bitch, vagina power. You cannot have creation and remove Isis, the goddess. Just two men. Father is a man, Son is a man, and the Holy Ghost is the unknown because they removed the feminine. In their world, they like boys. See, and this ties back in to Wendy Williams 2.0. Goddammit, this is phase 2 of Wendy Williams because she got about 10 personalities. Her mind is split. She in and out of her body. She's in the underworld. There are several entities here, not just Argus, Panoptus, and the other entity that said he will bring the homosexual entity to dominate hip-hop and to dominate the youth. And that's the only way they can get deals. I'm just straight off the dome right here. I haven't had time to write nothing down, so I'm just getting it to you right now as I get it. And when I come part 2, she talking. She got a lot to say. Wendy Williams, I don't care what you think, how you feel. When I'm seeing the spirit, she got bodies on her, and her fat, stinking, bald-headed ass, down low ass husband got bodies on him. She was a cokehead, a drunk, and a goddamn drug addict, goddammit. I mean, they was hiding her in rehab, and she going to the alcoholic clinic and shit. They locking this fucker up. They were locking her up, goddammit. When I did the first goddamn reading, while she reading everybody business, snorting that powder, goddammit. I mean, getting her ass whooped and slapped around by him. He's stealing her money, fucking with that younger bitch that he been fucking with for years, and let her take his fucking money and jacked her up. He's a dirty motherfucker, but at the same time, he's a goon, a real motherfucking goon. But he was Wendy's goon first, see? And they had some misunderstanding and an agreement that he could fuck her. Wendy Williams gave him permission to fuck her. But he wasn't supposed to come out and embarrass the queen and marry the bitch and gap the bitch legs open and have outside babies and shit and run this shit in her face. See, this was a contractual dispute first and a demonic agreement with her little monster. And her little monster is Kevin, her goddamn it ex-husband. And you're supposed to watch over and protect the son and keep the facade in the public like they married strong. Not strong. They got that ghetto love. It's strong. And they together and everything fine. Ugh, I just grabbed my mouth. She got a problem with her throat. She got a problem with a lump or something in her throat. Or problem swallowing or eating or swallowing down food. Or the way it's chewed or something. She have to be careful. They have to make sure her food is mashed up and check her mouth. Because she might get choked in her throat or lump. Thyroid, thymus, immune system disorder, iodine deficiency, and this goes back up into the hypothalamus, the pituitary, back into the post-pituitary, the anterior pituitary, and the side, and the hypothalamus gland is fucked up, and it's off balance. She has a chemical imbalance. She has a hormonal imbalance. She has a leak somewhere in the central nervous system because I'm looking at points in her spinal cord, inside of the spinal column. Her vertebrae is out of order. Like this woman been knocked around, handled roughly. This lady has had falls that we don't know about. It keep coming up like mad cow disease. For some reason, I'm seeing a cow here with some bug ass eyes, some pop ass eyes. Like she have symptoms similar to mad cow disease, where they start shaking when they walking and stumbling, losing control of their hips and leg muscles and backbone, the central nervous system, the nerves coming out the brain and moving out through the spine. Fuck up this lady coordination skills and they have her on this drug. They've been had this lady on drugs and try to shoot her up or balance her out so nobody could tell that she get the shakes. Like her hands shake, her legs shake like a mad cow. That's what they fucking showing me up here now. You know, in her speech, like her brain and her mind don't always coordinate with her mouth and her teeth and her tongue. Sometimes it look like her lip is lazy or the muscles ain't working in the mouth or jaw or lip. It's really not that. It's a muscle degeneration disorder because of her brain and the hot spots in the brain that's causing a deterioration of the central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system, because you got two nervous systems. I got a parasympathetic one. I got to, well, her involuntary movement, she can't always control. She might go into like a spasm or fit where her body is doing its own thing and she can't. They have to have somebody to hold her up or sit her up. Sometimes help her use the bathroom. She might wear a pamper sometimes. You know, allegedly, I don't know, but sometimes she can't control her bowels or pee, or TT, you know, and this is fucked up because somebody did that to that goddamn lady, but at the same time, her mama got something to do with it, because like her mama's an Eastern Star. Some kind of way the mother's a master witch and the Eastern Star and was above Wendy and very upset with Wendy when she physically died. They had this thing because her mama liked to put her down and abuse her and wanted her to rise up into the temple, but she had a lot of resentment because her mom would put her down and call her names and fat and shit. Wait a minute, I just looked down. What is it, Tria? They said she be falling all the time. Lord Jesus. I seen her speaking of Black China. China's so sweet. The way she respected her and talked to her. I saw a little bit of the interview and her eyes buck and shit. I don't know if that's Graves' disease, but I keep seeing a problem with her thymus, thyroid, iodine, all these deficiencies in her. And then these white people is around her, very powerful white men that put Wendy on and opened the doors and gave her opportunities. But she had to sell herself, and she sold some other women's out under the bus because another woman keep coming in here and said she was killed because of her, or she was set up and beat up by Wendy Williams' husband because Wendy felt like she was competition to her or trying to get on at the same level as her or get above her. And Wendy Williams like, bitch, it ain't gonna be nobody but me. It ain't gonna be no competition. I will cut your throat, bitch. And the husband would be fucking some of these assistants, then the husband would be glad to get rid of them if they get out of line or try to make him leave home or they try to compete with Wendy. It's like, bitch, look, I know you fucking my man, okay? I let you fuck him. You think I don't know, bitch? You ain't done shit this nigga do get past me because we have an understanding, okay? You understand what the fuck I'm saying, bitch? Now, look like you trying to get out your place or get out of order, bitch. You want to take my place. See, we're not finna have this motherfucking shit, bitch, because I think you thought you pulled the wool over my eyes. Go out there and beat that bitch ass. And see, he go do that shit, or the bitch get blackballed, the bitch come up missing. Bitch, this motherfucker here. Her ex-husband is a motherfucker. He like to beat women ass, set niggas up, set bitches up, have niggas under him, young boys, gangbangers and shit, shooters that don't nobody see, a crew that'll do something, throw them a few dollars. Bitch, look. Here's a few dollars. You're going to sign this fucking agreement. You're going to sign this non-disclosure, bitch, or you might not wake up tomorrow, or you might come outside and suddenly fall and break your neck, bitch. The next find your ass in the dumps and stank and turn upside down feet first. What the fuck is it going to be? For some reason, allegedly, this is what I'm seeing. This nigga's a real motherfucking sicko and a fucking psycho. Wendy psycho too. Wendy, I keep seeing that pop. Wendy was still on that shit. And it looked like they gave her some bad shit. She was getting that shit, trying to keep it non-disclosed on the low. Her shit was being poisoned. Also, some of the other drugs she was getting, because she done made them white folks mad. Them powerful white men who put her in power and want to, either she talked it shit, or she want to go against the agreement, or she want to pull out and renegotiate the contract. Right around the time I did it, 2018, 2019, when she was wearing that Statue of Liberty, which also represents a transgender man that is not a female. You see on New York in that octagon, which is a satanic, what do you call this here? These different geometric prisms locking in that energy, as New York is the capital of the United States and the world, and dealing with NASDAQ. That ties into that, modeling, music, production, television, radio. All of those frequencies dealing with law, order, entertainment, and the undercover disorder and the real goons that run that system. And the undercover slavery that's attached to that music industry and these black men selling their butt. She said, oh boy, it's finna be some shit breaking off in this motherfucker right here. And her illness, she says, tied to the contract of Puffy P. Diddy, got the keys to the city. She said, and drug niggas and fuck them in the ass and then act like Bill Clinton and damn his wife is Slick Willie. Because I think also one of Bill Clinton's nickname is Slick Willie. She said other motherfuckers tied to her illness that's also made deals and sold their souls and deal with the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean slave trade and also down in Mexico slave passages. Right now, that's why you see these immigrants coming over here, these migrants coming over here undocumented that Biden finna use for that government, also to lock down and bring down the almighty dollar in this economy and shift it to a cashless prison system to create a people and revolution. There is a changing of guards, a changing of hands. All these physically dead black people, so-called blacks that were slaves, a lot of these are royal bloodlines. A lot of you all are part of them. Don't know who you are. They're speaking to you. They will let you know who you are, as well as the real natives in the United States mixed in with some of the people they made slaves and enslaved them. She's saying, and what these other beings are saying to me in the underworld, there were human sacrifices done for Wendy Williams to get where she wanted to go, and she cut motherfuckers' throat and exposed motherfuckers. She said P. Diddy is in this. It's going to be some more real bad scandals, diseases, STDs, and death breaking out tied to her and P. Diddy. She said, I put some of this shit up safe because P. Diddy wanted to kill me and put a goddamn hit out on me from telling up over here undercover punk. And we said down south. We don't say punk. They said punk. Said he an undercover punk. He messed with punk. Goddamn it, dressed up like bitches. He likes trannies with big, thick dicks on them. He could take a lot of and then be drugging niggas, setting them up. Niggas want a model for his company back in the day. Or yeah, like got a model call for pretty men's and you want to be in my video and I'm going to sign you in. Young pretty men coming now. And then say, have them have a drink or something, relax. All of a sudden, the nigga passed out. When he wake up, he don't know what happened. He was talking to Diddy or in the fucking audition. All of a sudden, his ass sore and real tender, hemorrhoids sticking out, throat sore. He disoriented. He don't know what the fuck. And he know Diddy raped him. They did see this here, she said, finna come out. Diddy's tied to some STDs and like some herpes, undercover, take meds, she said. Get them in another name. Some of these gay men he done mess with, done tow them up in the inside, and they scared to come forward and say he goddamn it did it. Now this is going to be an opening and a shift in it because some of these people are also tied. These sex ritual he did and killed people, men and women of different races and prostituted and pimped it and sex trafficked children's and goddamn it, grown people's, men's and women's, and a few animals they done goddamn it, damn sex traffic here and over in Lolita Island. She said, Diddy, I hid it in a safe deposit box. I don't know if somebody done got to it. See, this is a part of her mind talking to me because they got that lady mind with different about 10 personalities. She get out her body. She full of demons and different entities. They talking to me. They telling me what part of her saying, I got some shit on him. Because he said he was going to kill my ass. And it's hid. So I just need to remember where the key at. And where the goddamn safe deposit box at. Unless she done said this shit. Before she went out. They done snatched her. But they done soul scalped her. They done went in that lady brain. If she ain't got no chip in her. She got some other kind of shit in her. Where they be tracking her. 24/7. And done drug her. And did other rituals on her, which she also participated with these witches and warlocks high up. I just keep seeing a lot of powerful white men. This lady was in the seat of power. These white men supported her and was around her and said, we will make you a star. And then something went wrong with that, or something she said, or she wanted more. She wanted total control. She didn't want them to have none of her money or no percentages or nothing. And you can't do that because they're the ones that put her up there. That's their world. You're just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Now they let you in, and now you want to move out of restrictions and the control. And she doesn't. They wasn't finna let her do that. Them white folks wasn't finna just give her all of that in the airways and all the rights. And they had to teach her a lesson. Her mind ain't right. Her nigga, her ex-husband mind ain't right. Like they kind of messing with the son mind. Everything's connected to her. It's got entities on it and blackmail and bankrolling and bankruptcy. Because she really doesn't control everything and they're not going to give her back control. Now, I'm not saying she's dying or getting ready to die right now, but she said it's a list. It's a hit list and a death contract. And there is another curse that has been released. And one of them's like in the book of Revelation. And it looked like the headless horseman is riding now. She said there's getting ready to be enough upheaval in this country with money, diseases, politics, overthrow of the government. Well, secret cabal already runs it, but it goes, she taking me back to JFK. So I don't know if one of these presidents going to get assassinated or something. If it's not Biden, it might be the next one. But they're deliberate, she said, pulling the system down. Music has turned so dark and demonic and ugly. So a lot of these niggas going to jail. A lot of it's going to come out about these niggas mess with boys and men or compromise themselves. They contracts and scandal is going to come up tied around the contact, the homosexuality thing they doing. And these some of these rappers, y'all look up to them and meeting them and fucking them and sucking them and shit. Said that some of them got bad STDs. Said the main ones y'all love is popular. She's saying they got STD, HIV, herpes, and some type of influenza associated with HIV that look like a cold and a fungus and TB and pneumonia that's coming up and affecting people and babies. I just seen it on the news. I say to see the screenshot, the cruise ship. Someone being set down, something going on with them and on the plane. I told y'all Nipsey said that, and about these viruses and these people going around here. Some of these schools done been shut down because these people ass exploding. Shit exploding out their ass, and that's exactly what the news article said. Said it's exploding diarrhea, skiing out their ass real bad, like a goddamn explosion, or the dynamite done went off in their ass, tick, tick, boom, all out their ass, all in their mouth, and vomiting and shit. We had to close some of these schools down. They got to quarantine these goddamn cruise ships. I told y'all the shit. I've been saying this about 2 years now that Nipsey said that shit was going on with these airplanes. I'm just scared one day I'm going to hear about a major airline crash because it's coming. And I've said this to y'all ass before. I mean, this lady's saying all this goddamn shit, and these spirits is coming up from the underworld, and these gods and goddesses that bring disease, famine. They're feasting on the famine. All these children, they still trafficking, bringing these migrants in here. These migrants coming in here, killing folk, bringing drugs in here, bringing trafficked children in here, dead and alive, organ trafficking, body trafficking, soul snatching. It's a whole demonic cabal that's rising up right now. She said, all hell. In the summer, and like I tell y'all, these polices with these human beings trying to control them, having riots in the street, folk jumping on police shooting folks shooting a police back, goddammit, mental ill patients, they letting out to do this shit out here. These veterans is motherfucking snapping. A lot of these women in jail getting out of jail snapping. These men is snapping because they done drugged them and abused them and beat them and have all kind of sick scenarios going on in now, setting them up. Booty bandits all in that motherfucker, and then they releasing them out here on these children and these people at large. Are they not telling you a lot? These police ain't telling you. People in the military not telling you. A lot of these men, more men and young boys get raped in the military, out on the street, and in jail that you know. You think it be Polices get raped by other polices and shit. Goddamn it, they raping fucking people, inmates, and people they locking up in the street. Men and women, goddamn it, selling dope, locking them up, taking dope money. Put that just like in the old days when I came up with the Red Dog crew and goddamn it ATL shouted down in the motherfucking hood. So it's just like this shit is recurring. All this goddamn shit. Man, look, I'm trying to get this shit together. This lady just is so many of her talking. So many different parts of her personality broke up or fragmented and talking. She said, they ain't finna let me out of here. They not finna let me goddamn it get well. Sometimes I don't know if I'm going or coming or where the fuck I'm at. She be looking around like it's be a whole bunch of mirrors and shit, or they might move the mirrors, close the curtain, keep the light, or keep that lady fucked up in the head and put them damn shade around that lady's eyes and shit, and be moving around. She don't know where the fuck she going, like playing all kind of mind game and keeping that lady on that shit. God damn it, I mean shit. She's saying pig flu, swine flu, mad cow. And she saw the upper respiratory disease and the virus they letting loose, goddamn, this new COVID strain, goddamn, but they saying the COVID is tied up with some other goddamn it virus. Look, this is right here. It's a lot on me, goddamn it. It's a lot, shit. I gotta take a break. You know, because my godchild Mina done ordered me some food and shit. I ain't ate all day. You know, it's been hard on the player. You know what I'm saying? I had to flush myself out. I'm feeling good and shit. But my stomach empty. And then this come to me. She been fucking with me for a few days now. So I don't know if I'm going to get in this here. Whew. Some of these hate groups are petitioned undercover by the government to go out and do that shit, that KKK shit. It's all set up like that, and they poisoning food and water, goddamn it, with the viruses and with the vaccination and shit, lettuce and tomatoes, and they bringing the viruses like Nipsey said they was bringing it in and through the water system and the irrigation in the farmland. They secretly paying these farmers and give them these seeds with this shit already built into the Terminator seed, like I have been telling y'all for 4 years now that Nipsey have been goddamn it saying. Look, hit my cash out. And make it clap, cause make it look like she got a BBL, goddamn it, again. I'm hell. You know what I'm saying? You want me to come back? You want me to get deeper in this? Because I would have to get deeper and let her show me the structure of this new rotavirus, but also a new HIV, COVID, syphilis, hamercy, STD strain with this thing like Ebola. Was it Marduk? That's also having these folks bleeding out from the lungs and in the ass and shit. Oh, man, look, I told y'all Nipsey been saying it, and she's saying it. It's coming now. They doing a satanic chant for the underworld to lock down and bring it a prison planet and reduce the population and get rid of the dollar. The US dollar is in a death throw. If this shit go like I'm saying, and with this NASDAQ and around the world, and China is invading and got more power and more money and control a lot of mess. Like the BRICS. Look at the countries under BRICS. Because these are agreements that they made. I know India and China's one. I think Saudi Arabia might have joined in the goddamn crew. You know, this is what this lady is saying, goddamn it. I mean, shit. Look, I don't make the news, goddamn it, in the underworld. I'm just, I'm reporting the underworld news in this motherfucker, okay? I don't make it. I don't create it. I just repeat this shit, relay this shit. Y'all hit my cash app, support me with the fuck I'm doing. That's right, mother drip. That's right, TK Kelly, mother drip. Supreme mother drip in this bitch. The Supreme VP General. Goddamn it, bend the knee. You must bow to the goddamn queen. Bow, bitch.